Welcome back to Star Wars Escape Pod and our 17th episode of Lightspeed, bringing you Star Wars news and headlines in under 15 minutes. All right, now we got so much to get into. Let's just dive headfirst into it all. Be sure to check out our full-length episodes. Very different format. Our most recent ones being the Legacy of Boba Fett Under the Helmet review, along with our guest from the Boba Fett fan club, which was fantastic, and a big thank you again to them. Also, check out our What Happened sub-series on the show. Most recently, we did one on Ben Solo, which was awesome. So if you have any connection to that character at all, you're going to like it a lot. Now, first up on our list is a little audio clip from Josh Horowitz, who runs his own podcast, and he interviewed Matt Smith.
You were going to be in the Rise of Skywalker. Matt, did you ever shoot any Star Wars scenes?
No, I didn't. There was, we were close to me being in it, but then it never quite happened. I think the thing they were thinking of me for, eventually the part became, it became obsolete and they didn't need it. And so I never got to be in Star Wars. There we are.
Wait, what? Here's conjecture. Was this Palpatine's son? Was that who you were playing?
I could not possibly say. But it was a pretty groovy thing. It was a really groovy part and concept. It was big. It was a big thing. It was like a big story detail, like a transformative Star Wars story detail. But it never quite got over the line.
No. I can't deal with this. I'm going to have nightmares about this now.
Yeah, I mean, it was like it was a big shift in the history of the franchise.
I need you to stop talking. You're getting me angrier every successive word.
I know. There we are.
Did you ever get into costume? Was there a costume test? How far along did you get?
There was no costume. There were a couple of meetings to talk about it. And
the good part is you still have your Star Wars eligibility card, so it's a long career.
Well, maybe I can come back. You never know. I mean, if God, to come back as that
This is the worst. This is the worst possible time for the phone to cut out. Just so you know, the worst possible time.
Oh God, I hope. Sorry, it's because I'm in Spain and the internet's really shoddy in our hotel in the middle of Caracas. Sorry, my friend.
All right, so just stealing a little bit of that clip of the interview that he had there, but a little bit of history. Originally, Episode 9 was supposed to be directed by Colin Trevorrow. That script never happened. It got tossed aside, and Colin Trevorrow exited the project before J.J. Abrams came back to Star Wars to do The Rise of Skywalker. So before all that happened, Matt Smith was rumored to be in the original Episode 9 movie, and that was kind of crazy because there was a lot of people speculating he might be playing a clone of the Emperor, but just a younger version. And until this interview, there's really never been any confirmation of that, as far as I'm concerned, out of his mouth. So if you don't know who Matt Smith is, he played the 11th Doctor in Doctor Who, and he's been in a variety of other things, and it would have been really cool to see him in Star Wars. But yeah, that never happened. But apparently his role was a very pivotal role and a very important and crucial story altering thing. And so the only thing that I can imagine of what he is in fact probably a clone of Palpatine or something, something that we just never got. Yeah, just a crazy little clip there. And if none of you have heard it before, or if you haven't heard us bring it up on the show before, then that was just an interesting part of news there. In other news, Thrawn Ascendancy Book 3 Lesser Evil, completing the second Thrawn trilogy, which acts as a prequel trilogy to the other trilogy that exists. So now there's 6 Thrawn books in the canon, is now out on shelves. It came out November 16th, and written by Timothy Zahn. We're going to have a live-action Thrawn show up at some point in the live-action shows, so getting to know this character a lot better. Highly recommend the Thrawn novels, and the Timothy Zahn is the guy responsible for even creating the character, so it's kind of surreal for him to still be working with that character in the canon novels to give us more content on that character, and now we're going to be seeing him presuming that he does in fact show up in season 3 of The Mandalorian. So I guess we have a lot to look forward to there. Now, a quick teaser from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show we're going to get next year.
There's a hunger for this character to come back. The fans have been waiting long enough, you know?
Something that's extremely exciting is the return of obviously Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is quite a dark time that we're coming into with him. Just being a Jedi, it's not safe. There's Jedi hunters out there.
At least he has this one task left, which is to keep Luke safe.
That's definitely a starting place for our story. The interesting thing is going to be where it goes from there.
The most beautiful thing of all is that it's brought me back together with Hayden.
We are bringing back Hayden Christensen to reprise the role of Darth Vader. We couldn't tell the story of Obi-Wan Kenobi without addressing Anakin or Vader.
Have another swing at each other might be quite satisfying for everybody. We hope that you enjoy it as much as we enjoy making it.
All right, there's Obi-Wan Kenobi releasing 2022 on Disney Plus. And in that teaser, they released some concept artwork. Of course, we're having the return of Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor. That's been known for quite a while. But to see some of the concept artwork of perhaps a new fight sequence that's going to happen between the two characters is pretty cool. And as much as I love the idea of Obi-Wan fighting Vader again, working that into the continuity with Episode 4 just has me a little concerned. And as much as a Star Wars fan as I am to want this again, to relive that Episode 3 moment, I don't know if it's fully justified to bring it back for another round 2. And I don't know. Like, I guess, I mean, it's happening. There's nothing we can do about it, and it's going to be very, very, very cool, just whether people like it or not. But I think it's gonna be a very touchy area that if they don't play up correctly, it could also be very disastrous. So my condolences and respects to everyone working on the Kenobi series, because it's going to be one of the most challenging characters to work that into a fan-approved moment. But I am still very excited for it, very, very stoked, and can't wait for that show, as well as, of course, Book of Boba Fett coming out next month. So that covers our live action stuff. If you didn't know, the UCS Lego series AT-AT has been revealed as the next in line for a UCS series box. So if you're very much into the UCS Lego, this set was going to be available as of November 26th, 2021 on Lego.com and in retail stores, I believe, but definitely online if you're in line to get that, or you want to buy it online kind of thing. This set is 18 plus and contains 6,785 pieces, so it's pretty big, and it's going to be great. So if you have a UCS collection, then you're in for a real treat with that one, and retails at $799.99, so $800. Quite a price tag on that. Bring Home the Bounty also, I mean, I don't know if we've gotten into week 5 and 6, but there's a lot of stuff on here, including a Mandalorian Pop Finals, and what is this here? We got, of course, some older products that they've come back to reintroduce into the fold. Disney Lucasfilm Press High Republic Mission to Disaster has now also been released / kind of posted on their page to buy, which is the next High Republic novel. I believe it's set for slightly younger readers, the junior audience, but that's up there, as well as the Bandai Tamagotchi R2-D2, and Gameloft's Lego Star Wars game Castaways is also up there, and a Razer Mandalorian Beskar limited edition wireless Xbox controller with charging stand. That's pretty cool as well. Be sure to check out Bring Home the Bounty on StarWars.com. Week 6 of Bring Home the Bounty also has a variety of Lego sets. The Mandalorian Black Series Darksaber from the Force Effects Elite series. That's going to be super cool to see when the reviews come out for that, as well as a variety of Diamond Select Gentle Giant figures, some Pandora Star Wars limited edition gift set jewelry, and other things among else, some clothing, a variety of types, and it's definitely worth a look. So be sure to check out Bring Home the Bounty. Every week they release a new page with more merchandise, and it's perfect timing around Christmas time to be looking for Star Wars gifts for people, and this is just kind of the place to see all the new stuff. So it's kind of it's a neat idea. If you guys didn't know this, the Patty Jenkins Star Wars movie Rogue Squadron has been delayed, / possibly canceled. We don't really know. This is a Hollywood Reporter exclusive, and the Star Wars feature project, due to be directed by the Wonder Woman film director Patty Jenkins, has been caught in the tractor beam and will take a little longer to make to the big screen. Jenkins and the writer Matthew Robinson have been developing Squadron for Lucasfilm for over a year. There was even a teaser trailer dropped on YouTube. You can still find it on YouTube. I believe it's through the IGN video channel. And they had the goal of starting production in 2022 and would have gone into pre-production by the end of this year, being 2021. However, sources say that the producers and the filmmaking team came to the realization that Jenkins' schedule and other commitments wouldn't allow the window needed to make the movie in 2022. So, Rogue Squadron has been taken off the production schedule, and the hope is that once Jenkins fulfills her previous commitments, she will be able to return to the project. Of course, this has happened before with other things, and we don't exactly expect this to return. If it does, I will be very surprised, but I'm honestly, I don't know. It's a 50-50 thing, because they did release like a whole teaser trailer online and everything like that, and they were hyping people up about this movie about X-Wing pilots, and I feel like they want this to happen still, and she hasn't been fired or anything. Like, it's just this weird kind of, okay, it doesn't work now, but at the same time, I'm wondering, why didn't they see this coming if they've been collaborating over it for so long? Like, it's a simple thing like a calendar, and unless things get shifted that were previously commitment, I have no idea. But whatever the case is, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with this movie. I find it very ironic that the two things that were about pilots, being the Rangers of the New Republic show, as well as now this movie Rogue Squadron, have both been either canceled or taken off the production schedule, and they both featured X-Wing pilots of some kind. So it's this very weird anomaly that either is just a coincidence or who knows? I'm sure it's just a coincidence, but Lucasfilm has a lot on their hands. We're getting so much stuff next year that I'm not too worried about it. We have, of course, Book of Boba Fett coming out, as well as Kenobi, Andor, Mandalorian Season 3 next year, as well as The Bad Batch Season 2. That's 5 shows coming out between now and the end of next year. So we have a lot to look forward to. And and the Ahsoka show as well. That's almost 6 shows. So it's not a big deal. No big deal. One less movie. It's a bit of a shame, but I can live with it. There was some recent casting information for the Ahsoka show. The Disney Plus series has casted Natasha Liu as Sabine Wren. So we're going to have a live-action Sabine Wren show up in the Ahsoka show. This is very, very almost expected, because the last we saw Ahsoka, chronologically, at least before she went off looking for Thrawn, she was with Sabine at the very end of Star Wars Rebels, the very, very end scene, and it was expected. And sure, they couldn't have her show up in The Mandalorian just yet, but it's almost expected that she was going to show up at some point, much like the character Thrawn himself. So live action Ezra Bridger, I'm pretty sure we're going to get him at some point as well. There's been rumors about his casting for quite a long time. I believe it's the same guy who played Aladdin from Disney's Aladdin, which is a kind of a funny coincidence. But to have casting information like this about a live action Sabine Wren is awesome, and I'm really excited to see how this plays up on the screen. Information about Battlefront 2 has recently surfaced from the creative director, saying that Ahsoka Tano, Asajj Ventress, and maps for Mustafar would have been in the next update for Star Wars Battlefront 2 before its cancellation happened. So I have played the game quite a bit, as well as many people. It's too bad that we never got this, but thank you to Dennis for releasing this information online. It's great to know that. Dark Horse is returning to a galaxy far, far away and stealing back the All Ages license from IDW Comics. So we will no longer have IDW Comics. They're known currently for the Star Wars Adventures lineup, as well as the Star Wars High Republic Adventures lineup. And Marvel is retaining the exclusive license for older readers going forward as well. So we're going to have a combination of Dark Horse and Marvel instead of IDW and Marvel going forward into the new year, which is crazy news. So can't wait for Dark Horse. They were the comic publisher before, and now they're coming back. Whoa, we're just out of time. So check out our full-length episodes, and we'll see you back here on Star Wars Escape Pod. May the Force be with you guys. See you in the next one.